What's something your parents told you that you later found out was a complete lie? Growing up, my mom told me my dad died in a car accident when I was 3 years old. She had this whole story. He was driving home from work on a rainy night. A truck ran a red light. He died instantly. She'd cry whenever I asked about him, so I stopped asking. We had one photo of him on the mantle. Dark hair, big smile, holding me as a baby. That was it. Mom worked 2 jobs to keep us afloat. I never questioned why we didn't have any other family photos, or why his parents never visited, or why there was no grave I could visit. She just said it was too painful to talk about. I believed her. Why wouldn't I? When I turned 18, I needed my birth certificate for college applications. Mom kept saying she'd get it, but weeks went by. Finally, I just went to the county office myself. The clerk handed me the document. I looked at the father's name, Eric Hoffman. That matched the story. But then I noticed something weird. There was a note attached. Father's information updated per court order 2019. 2019? That was last year. Why would they update a dead man's information? I asked the clerk what that meant. She pulled up her computer and got really uncomfortable. Honey, I probably shouldn't tell you this, but your father's not listed as deceased in our system. His address shows he lives about 40 minutes from here. My hands started shaking. I took a photo of the screen before she could close it. That night, I didn't tell my mom what I found. I just said I got the birth certificate. She seemed relieved. The next day, I drove to the address. It was this normal suburban house with a basketball hoop in the driveway, a golden retriever in the yard. I sat in my car for 30 minutes trying to decide what to do. Then the front door opened. A man walked out, dark hair going gray. Same smile from the photo. He was carrying grocery bags, very much alive. Behind him was a woman, 2 little kids running around. He had a whole other family. I drove home and confronted my mom. I showed her the address, the updated birth certificate, everything. She broke down immediately, started crying harder than I'd ever seen. He left us, she finally said. When you were 3, he just packed a bag and left. Said he wasn't ready to be a father, that he'd made a mistake. Why tell me he was dead? Because I thought it would hurt less. I thought if you believed he died, you wouldn't spend your whole life wondering why he didn't want you. She told me he'd sent child support checks for years. Never called, never visited, just money in the mail like I was a bill he had to pay. A few years ago, he got remarried. He asked me to sign papers saying he had no legal rights to you anymore. In exchange, he'd pay for your college. All of it. That's what the 2019 court order was. He paid you to erase himself from my life? She nodded. He said he had a new family now, a fresh start. He didn't want his new kids knowing about you. I felt like I'd been punched in the stomach. My mom had lied to protect me from the truth, that my dad didn't die tragically. He just didn't want me. The college money is in an account, Mom whispered. I've never touched it. It's yours. He kept his promise about that. So now I'm starting college in the fall on my dead dad's money, except he's not dead. He's just pretending I don't exist. My mom was right about one thing. It does hurt less thinking he died, because now I know he made a choice, and that choice was to walk away. The worst part? I drive past his house sometimes. I see him playing basketball with his son, the son he decided to keep.